Hello everyone and welcome to Blue Kuzan deck profile. So recently I was able to take this deck to our first OP14 plus EBO4 tournament. Since this was the deck I was able to fully build uh, in person first, I decided to take it with me and it paid off. I was able to get second place and add another winner card to my collection. And so I want to talk a bit about my experience there and this updated list that I have. So recently, Inibio for Kuzan got some new support in Bluegrass and 5-cost Isho. So I think both of these filled the holes that Kuzan had pretty well. They kind of give us some bodies early game, so you can play them on 4 dawn, on 5 dawn, on 6 dawn. And this Isho can also serve as a replacement of pudding, and it's searchable, so there's that. And this card is just broken in general. Bluegrass helps us bottom deck 1 costs, so it's really good against some aggro decks that we have in red Law and blue Jinbei, for example. It's also really good in purple Doffy because his searchers are on KO, the Dillinger, so you can bottom deck that too, and so it really works well. It can bottom deck Mihawk 1 cost that he wants to rest, that he usually plays out, like the 2k Kikunojo or something like that. And in general it can bottom deck searchers for you to gain some tempo. So yeah, I think both of these are really good. And in my list that I took to the tournament, I only played 2 Bluegrass and 4 Isho, but after finishing the tournament, I upped Bluegrass to 4. Some other cards that performed really well was Gravity Blade, so I bumped it up to 2 after the tournament. In the tournament I only had 1, but it performed really well both against Black Crocodile and Blue Jinpei. The cards that didn't perform that I took out were Mr. 2 and Pudding. I didn't end up using either of them in all of my 4 matches, which I kind of didn't expect, but I guess it makes sense. Neither of them are searchable. Other than that, a new card that we had in OP14 is Don Quixote Rocinante. He's a removal protection and he's been performing really well in my testing, and he performed really well at the tournament. He's a 1 cost that just protects all of your characters, so that's kind of insane. It's only 1 dawn investment to protect your characters from removal. It's really good. So, the matchups in the tournament, there was blue-red ace, the first round, and I kind of took that win. I think my opponent got a bit unlucky finding his 10-cost Whitebeard. He only managed to play 1 out, so I was able to red rock it, and I was able to Gravity Blade like 2 of his Marco blockers. So again, Gravity Blade really good in this meta. After that second round, Black Crocodile, he had to play against my Isho because I searched for it round 1, and just that pressure from Isho, even though I didn't have to play it and get his effect off, was enough to swing the tempo to my advantage, and I was able to play off of my card advantage and win the game from there. Also, Gravity Blade came in clutch again. I was only playing 1 Gravity Blade, so it's kind of insane that I used it in 3 matches that I played, and it performed really well. So yeah, I was able to Gravity Blade 2 of his 4-cost blockers that... where is it? What's it called? Oh yeah, this guy, Mr. 4, that brings back cards from his trash. So because I Gravity Bladed, he couldn't obviously block, but he also couldn't bring back Crocodile from trash. So I think I red rocked 1 of his Crocodiles, and then he wasn't able to bring it from trash, the one that he milled. So that's where I took the advantage and won the game from there. And then in 3rd round I was playing against Jinbei, and that was surprisingly hard. I completely controlled the early game, playing 2 bluegrasses. I actually searched for it to bottom deck his 1-costs. And I think I even, yeah, I don't think I got the show off, but he was able to, I played it out on the field and he was able to clear his bodies easily. I also used Gravity Blades once, to get rid of Aladdin and another character he played. After that, he was able to get back into the game by he would go back to 1 card in hand. I would like starve him, and then he would just play out the Fisher Tiger and go back to 5 cards. So this was really fun. It was hard to finish him off, but I was able to do it in the end comfortably and win the game. And in the finals against Mihawk, I was really unfortunate. So he picked second. I had to go first, and I opened Tashigi, Sengoku, and Garp, and took 2Ks. And I thought, okay, this hand is really good for going first because I can play Tashigi on 1 dawn, Sengoku on 3 dawn, and I can, play the game from there. But the problem was I whiffed both of my searches and I couldn't find any of my bodies. So no Sakazuki, no Kuzan, no Isho, no Bluegrass. I was only able to find like 2Ks and events. And then also from my life and from the draws, up until 9 dawn, I wasn't able to find a single one of these bodies. So on 8th dawn, or 9th dawn, sorry, I played Garp and Gion because I had no bodies in my hand. I just had like 10 2Ks. So the Mihawk was, able to get his curve off. He played 5 dawn Tashigi, 7 dawn Shanks, 9 dawn Mihawk, 10 dawn Love and Beppo, and he just completely controlled the game from there because I just didn't have any pressure from my bodies. So that was horrible. That was the first time that ever happened to me, that I like whiff both of my searches and then just don't draw any bodies for the rest of the game. So that was a pretty bad experience, but other than that, the tournament went well. I'm happy with second place. And yeah, I think this deck is really good in this meta. It's really consistent, really strong. I think it has a versatile way of just, dealing with each matchup and, every one of your opponents. I think Bluegrass and Isho add a lot of dynamic. So yeah, let's get into some gameplay so you guys can see this deck in action. Okay, so against Purple Doffy, we want to go second. I think he wants to go second too. So we can take that away from him. And we can play our Garp on curve. Okay, we find Garp, we find Kuzan, and we find Tashigi to search. This is a pretty good hand. What we want to find against Doffy is Bluegrass, so we can bottom deck the 1-cost, but Isho also works really well. So we're gonna grab the Isho here. So Doffy does have that 10-cost that can KO one of our 7 costs or less, I think, or 8 costs or less maybe. So I can play this Rosinante out, but I kind of think I'm gonna keep it in hand and maybe use it as counter or as discard further, because I don't really feel like playing it out and keeping it on the board until Doffy gets to like 10 dawn just to save one of my characters. I don't think it's that important here. I'm not sure if that's a misplay. He plays another 1-cost and we will happily trigger this and bottom deck one of the 1-costs. It would be perfect if we could draw a Bluegrass here and just bottom the other 1-cost as well. That would be insane. And we actually draw it, that's crazy. Okay, we will instantly bottom deck this Dellinger. And now Doffy has 4 cards in hand with no searchers left. So he can't really set up his game the way he wants to. And that's what we want to do. We want to obstruct that. That's why we use the Red Rock trigger and Bluegrass instead of, swinging or something like that, because we prefer okay, Bluegrass. We are gonna trash one of the Kuzans, we don't need that. If he takes this, we can Isho. So he's not really allowed to take this, he has to counter out and, or he can use his leader ability to block. That would probably be the best play for him here. But he decides to counter, so here I want to swing 5, so he can't block with Monet and get the on KO effect. I mean, he's gonna block anyways, but that's fine by me, because now he minus his Dawn, so he can't play Doffy on 8 Dawn. So we're just gonna play Kuzan. The Monet is not able to attack. We don't need the Rosinante, I think. I think we're gonna be fine, because he's at 7 Dawn. And yeah, next turn we play Garp and another body, and we just fill the board like that. Okay, he plays down Virgo, which is a bit annoying because we got this Gravity Blade and we wouldn't be able to use it. We're gonna protect our Bluegrass, of course, because he is +1 in hand every single turn. So I don't really need the Gravity Blade here, but maybe I'm gonna keep it in hand just in case. If I get to remove this Virgo and get to use it later on. But maybe I will discard it. Okay, we're just gonna pressure him here. Yeah, I'm gonna discard the Gravity Blade. And I guess keep the Red Rock. Maybe it's gonna come in handy for the big Doffy. Okay, we draw. He blocks with Monet. If he wanted to block this, he would have targeted his Virgo, so he's gonna kill the Monet probably, yeah. He draws and cycles. Remember, he didn't get his Searchers off, so he kind of has to do what it takes to, you know, get his pieces to find the 8 cost of Flamingo and the 5 cost body probably. Okay, so here I can play Isho. Oh wait. No, my Isho would have been perfect here. I accidentally discarded it. Ah, holy shit. This doesn't happen when I play this deck IRL. Dang it, okay. So it's kind of sad that we don't get to see Isho in action. It would have been perfect here. He would have to discard 2 cards and that would just completely win the game over for us. That is so unfortunate. Ay. But it's still fine. We still get Kuzan on board. We have 3 8k bodies. His Virgo cannot attack, he can't clear our body. So yeah, we still have this game in the bag, we are controlling the game. But yeah, I'm so sad I discarded that Isho, it would have been perfect here. This would have been the perfect game to showcase both Bluegrass and Isho, but oh well. Imagine as if I played Isho and he had to discard 2 cards and we got to like filter our hand. Okay, we're gonna protect this here, we have enough 2Ks and we just want to like protect our board and just keep pressuring his life. We can go for game here. I think he didn't leave any Dawn open. And we have like 5 attackers. Yeah, it's kind of weird he didn't leave any Dawn up. We can start by trying to kill this Sugar with a Shigi. And we can go like 7, 9, 9, 9. And then that leaves us what, like 6 Dawns, so 11 with leader too. That's 5 attacks. I don't think he has enough counter in hand for that. So I think we win here. And he uses a 2k to save his Sugar, okay? I don't think that was the best move, but you do you, sir. Maybe he thought I would waste another swing on it. But yeah, that was just practicality, you know, swinging with the Shigi first. Okay, he blocks this one. Does he have any blockers? I don't think so. Yeah, no blockers here. And yeah, that's game. We would have won with our 3 swings that are left, and that's that. Okay, so that's it for today's video and today's showcase. I really like this deck and I would love to do another video playing ranked games with it. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. And also, if you would make some changes in this deck list, or if you got something that I missed in your own Kuzan lists, let me know. I would love to see what other Kuzan players cooked up. Because this is only my first draft. I still have to play a shit ton of games to, finalize my list. I'm still not sure on the ratios, so I would love to hear your opinions. I read every comment and I try to respond as soon as I can. So thank you guys for watching and thank you for always interacting with me in the comments. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.